Welcome to a brand new episode of the Real Life Podcast, a member of the Nation Network of podcasts and delivered by DoorDash.
Welcome to Real Life, everyone.
What is going on right now?
I think that I'm in love with Matthew Tkachuk.
Are you guys all drunk?
Tyler.
Oh, am I hosting?
Yeah, you're back, buddy.
Yeah.
You're back on the job.
All right. What episode number is this?
This is
Jesus,
the Real Life
Tyler.
Podcast, episode 367.
Episode 367 of the Real Life Podcast, presented by the HGA Group, who we love very much.
You rest when you're dead, pal.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm back after a one-show absence. I am activated off the COVID IR, and I am ready to go. I'm ready to talk hockey.
Good for you.
I'm ready to talk about whatever. How was the show on Thursday without me?
Excellent.
I listened up until I heard someone say,
We lost you.
avoiding the grind. And I was like, oh, yep, that makes sense.
Wow.
So I was like within the first minute of the show. So you really hung in there.
I turned it right off. I was like, I can't listen. They're just going to slander me for the
No,
next
that was
hour.
about it. We were pretty minor on you.
We had to maintain your brand.
Yes.
Mm.
We also need to launch Avoid the Grind hoodies.
Yeah, I agree.
Like we're avoiding the grind. It's very on brand not to, because we're avoiding doing it. But I feel like it is a lifestyle.
I agree.
And if it's a lifestyle, you either need to wear it or drink it or eat it.
The one Nico Jolly made is beautiful, and I still wear it all the time. So
It is.
yeah, we could
Waz is
absolutely
just doing
launch it.
flybys in front of the camera here.
Waz is the wind. He's moving. He's mobile.
Trying to produce here. So,
All right.
Alrighty. What else did you guys get to Thursday that I missed? The name of the podcast was confusing.
Well,
I saw
we
that.
recapped a little bit more of the Calgary trip, and how Jay went sans sheets on his hide-a-bed. So he was
Makes
telling the
sense.
story to Chalmers, and Chalmers did not understand how this worked at all.
How you sleep with no sheets?
Well, no, how you sleep with with another gentleman, in this case, an underwear model, in that circumstance. As far as I'm concerned, Jay made the right play.
I don't know why I'm getting crucified for like not divvying, like everyone's expecting me to divvy up the sheets. Like
No.
you needed every single sheet to get the warmth you needed in bed.
Yeah.
It was a king bed. There was literally probably 5 feet between us.
Yeah, I don't
all
understand.
legit. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, Chalmers wanted some kind of, I saw on Twitter, he was talking about it, some kind of blanket barrier or a sheet barrier.
Yeah, well, that means one's got the blanket and the other one has the sheet, so one's freezing.
Yeah.
And it would have been me because I am interfering with someone else's
As you're a gentleman.
slumber. Exactly, I'm impeding, so I take the shittier blanket. Therefore, I have a cool and chilled sleep. Therefore, a terrible sleep.
I don't even think this is a big deal.
I don't think so either.
Sometimes you share a bed with an underwear
sometimes you
model,
got to do it.
right?
It just happens.
It's fun. So that's where the title came from, Tyler. Chalmers said he would rather sleep on the bare hide-a-bed mattress than share a bed with an underwear model.
that is not happening.
It's just not. It's just
You'll
impractical.
wake up in a ball shivering.
Nobody's having a good sleep if you're sleeping on a bare mattress.
No.
What are you, fucking college kid?
Maybe next week, me and Tyler be sharing a bed. You never know.
Never know.
Well, if so, I'd like to see photos, please.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
I actually don't even know who my roommate is.
Neither
in
do
Nashville,
I. So that'll be
yeah.
fun.
Nashville, Nation Vacation in Nashville.
Oh
coming
man,
up.
I'm
Hello.
so jealous. Junior is not. Well, I don't know if it's Junior because it's baby is still.
I lost the pool. I'm out.
I lost too. I had
What
March
was my
31st.
guess? I'm still in it, aren't I? Easily.
You're still in it. I'll pull it up here real quick.
I think I might be the clubhouse leader.
Tyler, you picked. So far, we still got a couple of people in the game here. So we had Jay went out on the 31st of March. I went out on the 3rd. Chalmers is in on the 10th. Tyler in on the 22nd. Wanye in on the 15th. So we got a 3-horse race here.
I think Chalmers is knowing what I know, insider information. I feel Chalmers could be the best poise. We'll see.
Okay. You said junior, but then you're like, oh, because you don't know the sex. Can a female be a junior?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, didn't George Foreman name all his kids regardless of gender George? I think they're all named George. So sure.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google that right now.
Yeah. Well, he definitely named.
So I Googled it for you, Tyler. It is, you can absolutely do it. It's just not less common. It's just less common. You know?
All right. Well, there you go.
There it is.
So it still
That's
could be a
different,
junior.
yeah.
Junior still stands. I stand by my statement.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good place.
You should.
I thought it was gonna be like Juniorita or something.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah, that would make sense, Was.
Yeah,
Everything's
exactly.
just Spanish.
If you make it Spanish, then it's totally okay.
Everything works.
It all makes sense.
Margarita's inherently female.
It's like when I'm just an ignorant person trying to speak Spanish, drunk, trying to order a beer, and I just put an O at the end of every word.
Bureau.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I want to start with this. It is an absolutely monstrous week in the sporting world. For us here, obviously, Oilers playoff push. Thursday, you get the start of the Masters. It is Masters week. I fucking love the Masters.
It is Masters
Friday, you get the start of the MLB season, opening day, Blue Jays and Rangers. That is perfect timing because our friends at PointsBet are live in Ontario. If you are listening to this podcast and you are in Ontario, you can head over to PointsBet and you can place a wager. And if you follow one of the links, whether it's on Daily Faceoff or Oilers Nation, we've been sending them out. Leafs Nation, all of them, and sending out the links. They have a bonus as well. PointsBet is live in Canada. Feels good to say that. A couple provinces away, but they're live in Canada.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, Ontario first, and they'll be here soon. So any of our Ontario audience, please download the app. They've got some bonuses. Place a wager on the Oilers where you see fit, and join the party. I know PointsBet is very committed to Oilers Nation, the Nation Network, Daily Faceoff, and now that they're operational, this is where we can start working on some of the fun things where they want to make sure that they give back and support our community, through activations and events and travel. So now that they're live, the real fun stuff can start. So check them out. They've been a huge supporter of us now for the last 6 months. Sorry. And, we're with them for the long term here. So check them out.
I'm going to tell you to pull out your phone right now, dear real life listener, and download the PointsBet app if you're in Ontario.
Yeah.
Get going.
We're also going to you know what? Earmuffs, any kind of regulatory board, VPN. I'm just going to say it. You look up. That's all. I'm just saying 3 letters together. Check it out. We're also going to, we're still there's a lot of positive feedback. This nation vacation to go watch some baseball and potentially soccer in the summer is gaining some traction. So what we'll do is we'll uproot if they're not in Alberta yet by that time, and we'll get a bunch of people of us. We'll travel to Ontario and we'll play on PointsBet. It'll be great.
I heard soccer. I'm interested.
Yeah, we're trying to mix one in, Was.
Beautiful.
There's the opportunity to go to Toronto for 3 days, watch baseball, soccer, baseball.
I would opt out of the footy and just go 3 baseball games.
No, man, you got to get a different flavor in you.
Expand your horizon. Tyler tries.
Yeah.
You can't eat the same burger every day.
Yeah.
Gotta expand your palate.
Try a little sparkling water.
I'm not a baseball guy, but I'm going to go to a baseball game and see how it goes.
Oh, they're great.
Baseball's electric in person.
Wow. Electrics. Yeah, sure. Yeah. In playoffs. Yeah, no, baseball's great.
Baseball, any time.
There is no better venue to enjoy a hot dog than at a baseball game.
That's true, actually.
I'm looking forward to our tickets again. Do we have those again? The Riverhawks?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
I think we're in some kind of relationship with them.
Where's Jared at? I know he's involved.
Yeah,
Jared's been a busy boy because he's our point man with PointsBet, and they've been really excited to get April 4th up and off the ground. So he's been super consumed with that. So
my first email from Jared today came in at 5 a.m. So he's been
that's 7 Eastern though. So, to be fair,
I was going to make that comment too. Yeah, it was, I got one at 11 o'clock at night and then the next one at 5:50 in the morning. I'm like, dude, sleep. Okay.
Well, that's, it's living out west. It's interesting when a lot of business gets conducted out east. Especially within the Playmaker family, I have calls with, Toronto where the head office is. We're talking to the football sites guys that are based in Miami. All of our development and stuff gets done in England and in Poland. So we're just always, the calls are really early. My mornings are just consumed by Eastern phone calls, which is okay.
What time do you wake up usually?
I'm a 5:30, 6 a.m. guy.
I got to start doing that.
Yeah. Well, it's
can't
a good
do
way
it.
to be
You get a lot more done.
I'll tell you one thing, Was. As the pandemic started, that's when I used to wake up, was around 6:30. But then there was that period where time lost all value.
Yes.
And I can't get back there. I've pushed it because I stayed up later, and now I can't. I'm struggling.
Well, and working from home, so part of sometimes getting up early is commuting. If you don't have to commute,
that's true.
Right? So you may as well get some sleep. But I had a big big Peloton weekend this weekend. I'm trying to get back into the mix here. So I went to bed about 20 minutes after the Oiler game and woke up at 6, which would have been close to 9 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Another thing you missed, Tyler, on Thursday was Chalmers officially threw in the towel on his Peloton.
Yeah.
It's now like a clothes hanger. Like,
No. The rest of the family used it, but instead he's pivoted to an elliptical. He now has.
He's an elliptical guy.
More cost effective.
Judge away. No, it involves buying a second machine.
Now he's got a second machine.
It's the opposite of cost effective.
Still maintaining
cost effective would just say, screw it. I will just go against my will here and determine myself to ride this thing.
But the Peloton with Chalmers, maybe this is a bit of like a sunk cost fallacy where he's like, hey, I'm just going to stop paying the monthly thing.
No, the activation, the monthly fee is still active.
No,
the rest of the family's still using it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then that makes no sense.
Yeah. So we've got two machines.
Peloton.
Yeah.
So Chalmers. How was Chalmers? I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah. Well, shocker, he's not here either. Mm-hmm. So I think he's
not here either.
No.
No message from him.
Nope.
Interesting.
We're in the cold.
Interesting.
In the no fly zone.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk some. We've had 2 hockey games since Thursday's episode.
Yes. One of them was more fun than the other.
I would argue they were both a moderate level of fun.
One was more stressful than the other. How's that? That game against St. Louis? Come on. Up 4-1.
Yeah.
Everything's looking good.
Like, I don't understand why people feel the need to defend Mike Smith the way they do. Like, there's a portion of this fan base who is still like, he's better, just as good as fucking Mikko. And they like yell at me in my mentions. But it's like, like I'm not saying Mikko is the second coming. He's obviously not. But he's at least an average NHL goalie. And even when Mike Smith plays well, there's nothing about his game that should inspire any level of confidence in anyone who roots for this hockey team.
You didn't feel good about last night's game? Mike Smith played well.
He played well, but again, Anaheim's terrible. The only team they've beaten in the last month and a half is Arizona, and Mike Smith still makes like almost every save look incredibly painful and awkward.
What was your take on the Anaheim Arizona thing where Zegras obviously pulled off? It's going to be just called the Zegras soon instead of the Michigan goal.
Yes, he's got enough.
Props to Milano for getting out of the way.
Great goal.
But nice. Tyler, what was your take on the shenanigans that happened after? Jay Beagle went in flying in there. Upset.
I think this is only a topic of conversation and only a headline because of what Tyson Nash said on the broadcast. And if Tyson Nash doesn't say that, the clip doesn't go viral. And I think we talk about it a little bit, but it's hardly as big of a conversation as it needed to be. I think Tyson Nash saying what he did was ridiculous. And
I think he misphrased. And then I guess he doubled down when asked after the fact, but like, what he really was trying to say, and he kept not saying it, is just you're up 5-1. There is no need to poke the goalie. It is already point night. You've got your points, and if you do that, you should get cross-checked into the goalie. And if someone does go after the guy who did the cross-checking, expect to get punched in the face. Like, that's just hockey. But you're right. What Tyson Nash did is what he just added a bunch of gasoline to something that was barely even a flicker of a flame, to then blow it up to this massive debate based on what he said. And I wish he didn't double down on how he said it, but like, it just like, you should just don't be poking when you're up 5-1. Just say that.
Yeah. Zegras shouldn't have poked him. When Terry goes in, he should know that, hey, if I'm going to go in and stick up for my teammate, I got to be ready to stick up for my teammate, because there's some pissed off guys on the other team because we're up 5-rip. But also Jay Beagle, after you punch a guy in the face twice and you got him down, maybe you just, I think I got him.
I would like to, you know what, Chuck, when you are in your next fight, if that happens, I don't know, you tell me if you've got that restraint when you're in the midst of it. Once you've already, that switch is flipped, it is tough. Like it's easy to say, but it's tough to do.
I think Beagle could have gotten a fine or a game for it.
I don't know about a game because it's just. But I think
you have to be somewhat like, again.
Terry came after him. There's a bunch of things to unpack here. Terry came after him. Then the fight incurred. Zegras, who was crying after the game about how bad it was, didn't do anything to break up the fight or any other Ducks. Like, they're really, if Getzlaf was on the ice, that wouldn't have happened. If Delorier still played for that team, that wouldn't have happened. And it's just the fact that there was no one on the ice willing to kind of jump into that. because that would have broken it up. Linesmen should have probably broken it up sooner than they did. Like there's a bunch of things to kind of point to, but like that's going to happen 100 times out of 100. Well, maybe not 100, maybe 98 times out of 100 in a scrum in a game like that. And there's a bunch of things that could have mitigated the outcome that Troy Terry faced. And I respect Troy Terry jumping in to the defense of his teammate. But you just have to, you have to know that comes at a price, because it's, you got a team that's been losing a lot and there's pride. Like these guys all, like, despite being on shitty hockey teams, they still want to win. They've got that competitive fire, so they just don't lay down. So, I think we're on the same page in the sense that there were a lot of people who could have done something different. 100%. Tyson Nash probably at the top of that pyramid, because again, if you just don't say something moronic about run around skilled, you're going to get your face beaten. Like, that's stupid, dumb stuff. I agree. But what do you think about Zegras after his interview? Like, I like the fact, like, I think Trevor Zegras is a vibe, and he's interesting, and he's willing to kind of speak his mind. But God, did he come off so whiny in that? Yeah, he did. But he's also probably a guy who had to look at Troy Terry's face in the locker room, and I think that's probably a pretty jarring thing to look at. Poke the goalie, Trevor. Take some accountability, bud. Yeah, I think in his mind, it's like it wasn't justified. In his mind, he's playing till the whistle. And Tim Peel made a good point today on the Daily Faceoff show. He said, hey, if that poke was really that bad, the goalie would have flinched or probably had a reaction. The goalie didn't seem to really give a shit. So yeah, but that's the goal. Like, okay, so if that's Mike Smith, he's going and blocking him in the face. If it's Mikko Koskinen, he's not doing anything. So like it's all the temperament of the goalie. Yeah, and that's fair, I guess. The other thing Tim Peel said, he pointed out it's a 5th-year linesman and a rookie linesman doing that game. And he was like, the linesman should have been in there a lot quicker. And he was like, if you're a linesman, you have to sort of gulp and say, again, I'm paraphrasing what Tim says, but he basically said you have to gulp and be like, I might get punched in the back of the head here, but I'm jumping in to break up this fight because it's gone on too long. Well, so and the refs are protected. If he gets punched in the head, that player's in trouble. Yeah. So I think again, we've now talked about it for like 5-6 minutes. It was a lot to do about nothing. Nothing. Exactly. Next story, Tyler. Next headline. What are we tackling now?
How about the Ironman streak ending in Philly on a healthy scratch?
Let's talk about that. That's an interesting subject.
I think Philly's goodwill and role in this ended the game he broke the record. Yes, Keith Yandle has been their worst defenseman all season. There have been games, as Frank Saravalli, or a game in November, I think Frank pointed out, that Keith Yandle wasn't just on the ice for 4 goals. He directly was responsible for 4 goals against. Keith Yandle has been statistically, by some metrics, the worst defenseman to play a regular role in the NHL this season. Forget being healthy scratched with the Flyers. He probably deserved to be healthy scratched at one point against the Florida Panthers, but everyone kept him in the lineup because he was gunning for that Ironman streak. And you know what? The Flyers finally ripped the Band-Aid off and ended it. And in my opinion, keeping him in the lineup as long as they did sort of makes it it's a very impressive streak. I'm not saying it's not when I say this, but the end of it, he was being kept in the lineup, not because on merit, because his play deserved it. He was kept in the lineup because of that streak. So it kind of puts a little bit of an asterisk. Well, in his style of play, being considered, causing 4 goals is probably a reason for why he has such longevity in terms of being able to play so many games, because obviously avoids a lot of the physicality of it, which sometimes can lead to offense coming at you the other way. But signing them is like, it's a gift and a curse, because you hope, old Yandle still got it, but you're also feel the debt of giving him the games that he needs to hit it. So you hit the nail on the head. Now I'm cheering for Phil the Thrill. Absolutely. Because I think him, even though there was that one game in Detroit where he played the one shift and then went off to be with his wife for their baby, his streak almost feels more legitimate 100%. And more noteworthy. That guy's got miles on him, man. He's played intense playoff hockey. And also he's still a top 6 winner. Yes. He's been productive the whole way. It's awesome. So I have one more thing on Yandle. I said this on the Daily Faceoff show. The Flyers did him a favor, as much as he might not recognize it now. This guy's going into free agency now. And I think that if he went into free agency with the streak, there would be a lot of GMs who go, I like you, but I don't want the firestorm that's coming when I healthy scratch you game 2. And now that streak is gone, I think he's a 7th defenseman who some team will take a shot on an NHL contract. And I think there would have been more teams who were hesitant if he had the streak because they wouldn't have wanted to deal with the blowback that the Flyers are currently dealing with.
Yep.
I agree with that. I posted on Daily Faceoff's Twitter over the weekend. I just said, hey, thoughts on the healthy scratching Keith Yandle to end the Ironman streak. And do you feel like you're alone in your take, Tyler? Because looking through the comments, it feels that way.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of people are mad, but they're almost just mad because they read the headline and they're like, well, that's not right. Why would you do that? Don't end it. He's a good guy. And it's like, Doug Jarvis, his streak ended on a healthy scratch. He was healthy scratch and ended his Ironman streak. And I just think, you can get mad about the headline, but if you actually dig into this story and give it like an ounce of critical thought, you shouldn't be mad about it. And some former NHLers are stepping up and saying their piece. His teammate, Kevin Hayes, said that he wasn't happy about it. And that's cool. Stick up for your teammates.
And they're boys. Yandle and Hayes are boys from Mass.
So stick up for them. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But I think most fans...
What else are you going to say? You're not going to slam them anyways. Like, oh, no, you should be healthy scratch. No teammate's going to do that regardless.
Exactly. So I think it's... again,
hell of a run. Hell of a run, man. Hell of a run.
He's going to go down as the second longest Ironman streak.
After Phil Kessel.
Because Phil Kessel...
Because how far behind is Phil Kessel?
It's not that far, is it?
20 games.
Oh, Phil,
really?
Phil, you got this, buddy.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So yeah,
Phil's going to go 1,000.
So the Yotes have 13 left this year. So that means Kessel, wherever he signs next year, he's got to make it through 7 games.
Oh, Phil, I believe in you. Come on.
Just keep up the regimen.
Oh, you got to. Whatever he's got working, especially not going out for warm up or whatever that was when the others played the Coyotes last week.
That was awesome.
He's just standing there.
That guy gives 0 fucks.
No.
It is amazing. Yeah. And he still produces. Like he is such an anomaly. I got a lot of time for Phil Kessel.
You'd think at 34 he's still got some tread on the tire.
Yeah, like he's so interesting. He's got so much talent. He's got such a motor on him. Like the guy is such a strong skater. Mm-hmm. And God, can he shoot?
Mm-hmm. Not having a great year though in Arizona.
Well, but who else?
Yeah, who else? 7 goals, 36 assists in 69 games. Nice was.
Yeah, 43 points. That's not bad.
Nope.
That's like 0.7 points per game. Like that's
on a team that sucks. Like if he signs for $1 million on a good team next year, I bet you he pops 20.
Oh, easily.
Oh, is he a free agent?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Wonder where he
falls off the Leafs books here.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I know.
That's always a fun thing to go scroll through Puckpedia and look at which teams are losing dead money from like just insane things. Like, I mean, the Oilers next season, they still got $1.50 of Andre Sekera, 1.9 of Neal, 750 of Luch. Like that's still kicking.
Oh yeah. How many more years are left of Luch?
2 more years. This year and just next year. That's the last one. Next year's the last year for Luch, last year for Sekera.
Neal's still like 3 more years, right?
Yeah, Neal's 3 more years.
You could take a peek at the Vancouver Canucks. They're finally getting out of the Roberto Luongo contract this summer.
The recapture.
Yeah, the recapture penalty.
That's so
I think
wild.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Well, Briz is still got to be on the books of Philly now.
Wasn't he one of those like compliance buyouts or whatever?
I don't remember.
He might have been. Is Bobby Bonilla still on the Philly books?
So Breeze was a compliance buyout, and they actually don't have any other buyouts. It's just the money they retained from Brassard and Giroux this deadline.
Yeah, no dead cap space. We gotta
dead cap space is such a problem.
Oh, it kills me.
What's the total for the Oilers, Tyler? It's like $2.5, $3 million, something like that.
Yeah, so it'd be 1.5 for old sexy Reg, 1.9 for Neal. So that's already got you up to 3.4, then 750. So 4.15 million.
That's an impact winger.
Yes.
That's re-signing Evander Kane in the summer.
That's an impact winger.
Yeah. The cap is not going high enough fast enough.
No. Come on.
I like, you got the Yotes who have Kemper retained, Johan Larsson retained, Ekman Larsson retained. Hilarious because that's retained for like 5-6 more years. Michael Grabner bought out too. They got 4 guys. And then there's all the guys that they just take on to eat their money, right? Like they have Brian Little's contract now. Like,
isn't Mario Hossa still, is he still on the books? Is this his last year?
No, I think he's off now.
He's off. Pavel Datsyuk on there for a while?
He was for a bit. He's off now.
Yeah. So anyways, we were trying to talk about the Oilers and then we got sidetracked.
We were
going through the big headlines.
Couple of
well, the Oilers are a big headline.
How about some
Draisaitl?
McDavid hit 100 again, 5th time this past week. Leon gets 2 milestones last night.
Yeah, that 50-50-100 club is elite company. Draisaitl is the first player to do it since Leon Draisaitl back in 2018. But just the second active player to have done it twice, I think, him and Ovi.
I'm so happy that Leon did it with one of his signature goals.
Yeah.
Like
and
it just
with a goalie
meant,
in the net.
Yeah, it just meant so much more. Well, fuck it. It was embarrassing. Like Austin Matthews is a great goal scorer.
Hell of a player.
But geez, when he scores 50, just the amount of attention that got was embarrassing.
Yeah. And weren't 2 of his last 3 in empty nets?
Well, but whatever. Like
that's fine.
Like, he should have to give them back.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I looked on TSN the morning after he got his 50th goal, and you would think that no one in this league had ever scored 50 goals before.
Yeah, it was
because he hasn't done it like the first Leaf in like how many years apparently. So
yeah, first Leaf since like Andrechuk. I like though, if you were to head to tsn.ca today, the day after Draisaitl did it, do you think any of their top headlines are that?
Nope.
No, of course not.
No, actually, you get on the same line as you finally get to Draisaitl scoring 50. Right next to it is John Cooper on Matthews. Can he hit 70 in a year?
Oh my God. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
70.
It's
so good.
The Toronto Sports Network. It's so
just a machine.
It is just a machine. But hey, their audience is Ontario. So
are you worried about Leon? Because I am. He was skating on one leg last night, essentially.
Well, the fact
he stayed in the game.
Yeah.
If he didn't stay in the game, I'd be worried. But
they wouldn't rush. Yeah, they wouldn't do something if it was to like detrimental to keep him in the game. They would not have let him stay in.
That is true. I was just so worried about it because he had a hitch in his giddy up to.
Oh, for sure. Now, what do we think it is? Do you think it's the Charlie horse, or you think it's like an ankle thing?
I thought it was
it was a Charlie horse.
Charlie horse, or like a bruised knee or something like that.
It was the top of the knee going to the boards that hard. Like I don't know. Like he really wanted to run Zegras there.
Yeah, he did not.
And he missed the mark a bit. And that's what caused that, which was kind of funny. But yeah, well, that's going to, I bet you today he is hobbling, because if that's a Charlie horse, that is stinging, and even probably worse so tomorrow.
Yeah, those are not fun.
They linger.
We need him tomorrow.
Oh,
Have to beat San Jose.
Well, so this is the thing. Okay, so we made it far too uncomfortably too close against St. Louis on Friday, but we got the win.
Mm-hmm.
We shellacked Anaheim, which on paper we should, and we did. Mm-hmm. So that was good and reassuring. But now is kind of the race for the playoff race, especially in the Pacific, kind of continues to form here. We've got some things we need to address. Like the Oilers keep winning, which is good. Vegas is
Vegas can go away.
Vegas is now hot again, which is not good. Dallas is up and down. Like, God damn you, Vancouver. Like, you tie up the game. Like, I don't mind if you beat them in overtime, but just, you were so close. You had one job to do. But I was looking at the schedule. Here's my concern. The strength of schedule for between Dallas, LA, Oilers and Vegas. Oilers to me have the worst schedule to finish the season, and Vegas to me looks like they have the biggest cakewalk. So I expect like it's what are we 3 points up with one game in hand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I have to go back and look at the Kings schedule. I think it's kind of mediocre. Like it's gonna be very interesting. So we can't stop doing what we're doing. We have to the games that we have to win. We have to win against the teams we should beat. We have to win those games, which we've been doing. We can't let any of those slide. But I feel like it's going to get a little bit tighter than what people think or leading on. Because I saw a tweet saying, "Oh, if the Oilers go 500 for the rest of the season, that should be good enough." But like, you look at Vegas's schedule and the amount of times they got to play Arizona a bunch, they play Anaheim a bunch, they play Vancouver. Like Vegas could easily go on like a 10-3 run.
Mm.
So here's the thing though. Vegas only has 11 games left. So they are very much so running out of time to do this. Yeah. If they were to go 7-3-1, which is probably a realistic target for them, actually, when you look at, like you said, to go Vancouver, Arizona, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Jersey, Washington, San Jose, Dallas, Chicago, St. Louis. So 7-3-1 could very well happen. if the Oilers go 6-5-1, they'll still be a point up on Vegas. And 6-5-1 is, not easy to do. You still have to play good hockey down that stretch.
But look who we face.
Yeah, I know. But like I was going to say, if you win the easy games, which they have been, you have San Jose as one of them. And then you go Columbus, San Jose, Vancouver. So you need to win like two of those other quote unquote difficult hockey games.
Against
Colorado, Mini, Nashville, Vegas, Dallas, Colorado, Pittsburgh. You can beat Nashville or Dallas. You can win one of those. You could probably win one of Colorado or Mini because there's 3 games there. You can win one of those.
Yeah, I do.
Or just beat Vegas. If you beat Vegas, it's probably done.
Got to beat Vegas. Got to beat. I really just want us to get home ice, but like it's to me, it's a little bit tighter than what maybe some people may think. Because
it is. Yeah.
Look at Vegas's, like you just walked through. Like they play Chicago, they play Anaheim, a bunch, Arizona. Like they could go on a 10-1 run.
They could. But the other thing too is now you're at a point, if you're Edmonton, where you're actually relatively close to those other teams in the Central, right? And even LA, you're only 1 point back of LA with a game in hand. And if you can, you'll do yourself a big favor by winning in regulation this Thursday against them. But if you can, right, like even if Vegas catches you, LA also has to almost catch you because you're so tight with them.
And then also
compared to Nashville, you're 3 points up on Nashville and they only have 2 games in hand on you. So you're almost at the point where you are neck and neck with Nashville. Yeah. You're also neck and neck with Dallas, who's 4 points back you with 2 games in hand. And do you hold the tiebreaker? You do. You easily hold the tiebreaker against the Dallas Stars. So while I get Vegas could make things interesting, Vegas and Nashville and Dallas and LA all have to play better than you for you to not be a playoff team. But I do think it's important that they
and that's fair. And then also
don't get a wild card.
Yeah, it being in the wild card is a kiss of death. That's going to be a real trying task. So staying out of the wild card seat is important. But also part of me is just really not, I really don't want Vegas to make the playoffs.
Yeah, me too. They've had too much fun. I'm tired of Vegas.
So it has to stop. So we have to keep winning. LA has to keep winning. We just have to win more than LA to get home ice. And Vegas and Dallas needs to wake up because they should have beat Seattle last night. They didn't. I also bet them to come back when they were down 1-0 and that didn't happen. So I was very annoyed, but it's okay. But Dallas has a chance to just box out Vegas and they're just floundering.
Tonight in the NHL out of town scoreboard, Calgary, LA. So the Flames, hopefully they can figure their shit out and do us a favor tonight.
Yeah, like because the last two times I've depended on the Flames to do me a favor, they have not.
No, they've let us down.
Jets let us down too. Fuck.
Yeah, come on, Jets.
The same amount of wins as Calgary now. It's kind of nice.
Oh,
the Oilers do. And that's the thing that's annoying about the OTLs. Like we just need to. Man, the loser points, they'll carry you.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the Oilers would be tied with Calgary if it wasn't for the loser points, eh?
Mm-hmm. 40 wins on the season.
Granted, we've played a couple more games than them. I love Jack Michaels, but his tweet about the Pacific Division being a 3-horse race right now, I think it's a bit of a stretch.
It's tighter. I agree with Jay. I think it's tighter than people want to let down right now. It's the Oilers. The only thing that's going to make me happy is if they win out. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but I'd like them to. I'd need them to. I don't think 500 is going to get it done. I know that was Gregor's tweet today.
500 is too. It's too uncomfortable.
That's too uncomfortable.
Yeah, because we've got 12 games. If we can go 8-4,
7-4-1, you're at 100 points. Life is good.
Yeah, life's good.
When do you think we would clinch though? Last game of the season, second last? Like
we have a magic number now. So walk through 20. So walk through your Remchuk. Break that down because I think you do understand how those are quantified.
And I love some Remchuk math.
Yes.
Yeah. Who had this magic number? Was it Iwanik's magic number?
Yeah, he is the authority on the magic number.
He is the authority on the magic number.
Shout out to Matty Iwanik. What a guy. So he is the Oilers magic number at 20 points, and he is the mathematical genius that comes up with this. Combined points gained by the Oilers plus lost by the Golden Knights to clinch a playoff spot. So that number being 20 points, the Oilers have 12 games to go, meaning even if Vegas had a perfect run in the regular season, if they went 11-0, if Edmonton went 10-2, Edmonton would still clinch over them. Okay. If Vegas goes...
So how does the number dwindle? How do we go from 20 to 18 to 12 to...
So if the Oilers were to win tomorrow night, they get 2 points. So the number drops from 20 to 18. If Edmonton were to lose tomorrow, the number stays at 20. But if Vegas were to drop 2 points and lose, they would miss out on 2 points. The number still drops from 20 to 18.
And if we beat them in a game, does it drop by 4? Because we gain 2 and they lose 2?
Correct.
20
So that
points.
head-to-head game's huge.
Wow, it's
a 4-point swing.
Isn't it amazing? Like, didn't Florida just clinched? And I feel like I feel like that's late.
I mean, there's still 13 games to go, right? I think there might be a difference between when the NHL says you clinch versus when you mathematically can't drop anymore, like can't actually get out, right? Like, I think if Vegas, even if they would have lost all their games because of head-to-head matchups, it would have been impossible for the Islanders and another team to like both pass them, if you know what I'm kind of saying.
Yeah. Hey, are the Islanders heating up?
Well, they are, but the issue is they're heating up at the same time Washington went on a run. Like Washington had a little stretch where they won like 7 of 8 or 7 of 9 or something. And then the Islanders go 7-3. They've won 4 in a row, but they're still 11 points back of the Caps and they only have a game in hand. So like you win that game, you're still 9 back. Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, that's tough. So yeah, anyway, so we've got some important games this week. We just can't stop. Like beating San Jose, very important.
Have to.
You just have to assume Vegas isn't going to lose a game because they're just not going to slow down.
Well, that's what I mean. You got to win out.
Their goaltending's still suspect, which is good.
Do we give Skinner a start?
Well,
I got asked this question today on my radio hit. I think you start him against San Jose if Mikko's not healthy. If Mikko's still sick, why would you not go Skinner against the team he shut out a month ago?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, Tyler, we're in for a rough week, pal. 8:30 starts.
Oh, it's the worst.
2 8:30
starts.
Yeah,
They're not happening.
That's fair enough.
That ain't it. Yeah, so the Oilers have on Tuesday, they've got San Jose. Big game. Have to have it.
8:30. Why does it have to be 8:30?
Disband the Pacific.
I get it, but just be 8.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Like what's wrong with a 7 o'clock Pacific
Like,
start?
7:30 game.
What's happening in LA right like around then?
Traffic.
I guess.
7:30 Edmonton time sucks.
Yeah, I don't like that either. So you got San Jose tomorrow, Tuesday. Got to win that. Thursday, that's a huge game against the Kings.
Huge. Some would say that's a 4-point game.
Are LA still banged up going into that one, Tyler? Do you know?
Think so, yeah.
Oh, you hope so.
If we play LA in the playoffs, we're going to have a few 8:30 starts. So
yeah, well, that's different. Playoffs different. I don't care. It's time doesn't exist in playoffs.
And then we got Colorado on Saturday night.
Ooh,
that's
at
tough.
Home though.
At home. And we played them well last time. So that'll be good. And then next week, if we can win 2 of 3.
Yeah, next week.
As long as it's the one in they got to win in Nashville. They fucking
for the boys.
They owe it to good nation citizens to win.
Kennedy and I are in the building. We got a pretty good win streak, so I think we'll be
I believe in you, Waz.
Yeah.
I believe in the power of Waz and
there
Kennedy.
You go.
Yeah. Wenedy.
Oh, I like that.
So you got Minnesota on the Tuesday, Nashville on the Thursday, Vegas on Saturday at a 2:00 start. That's here in Edmonton. That's a big one.
Oh, yeah. And then they got, and they don't play. Oh, that's going to be a big Saturday night for the fellas.
It's a big Saturday night, especially if they win.
If they win,
they don't play for 3 days.
Oh, yeah. And then they got to play Dallas, Colorado. Oh,
man.
At home though.
I know. It's
fun.
It's just it's a tougher schedule is all. And then you got to play Columbus, but they play hard. And then, Pittsburgh, it's Pittsburgh. And then they got to rush back after Pittsburgh to then play a back-to-back to end the season.
San Jose, Vancouver.
I really hope they're clinched or they can clinch by the time they get home there. Like if they can clinch with like a point in Pittsburgh and they just do it, that would be good living. Coming home and you don't have
before Pittsburgh to make up. Wow, that like a lot of things. A lot of things need to happen there. We got to win some games, and Vegas needs to shit the bed.
Hey, if you win 10 and all 10, you clinch in Pittsburgh. But if you can go, it's probably unlikely that they go 8-2. But if you can somehow go 8-2, Vegas can very easily drop 2 games, and you're clinched.
And then just mail in the last 2 games of the season.
God, you got me worried.
I know. It's like I'm not like throwing out the alarms, but like it's tighter than we think. Like
it's really tight.
It's risk of being in the wild card tight.
I was feeling better about it when Vegas was shitting themselves.
Yeah.
Now they've won 5 in a row.
We got to get ahead of LA.
You guys want this tweet from Gene Principe?
Always.
Lots of bodies on the ice for the Oilers, but no sign of Leon Draisaitl.
Oh yeah. That's fine. That's a maintenance day. Okay. No.
Spooky.
No.
Well, yeah.
His leg is stiff as shit right now. If he's got a Charlie horse, his leg is so stiff right now.
Yes.
You just let that thing rest. It's going to be just as stiff tomorrow, but they can just loosen it up and he can play. Or maybe they won't play him.
He's getting a nice deep tissue right now.
Oh, yeah. You got to.
Tyler, you weren't worried about it because he finished the game. Now what happened? Gene's tweeting, you got rattled?
God, we got you totally spun around on everything right now.
Yeah, you're spooked, buddy.
Yeah, I've changed my mind on a lot of things in this show.
Yes, you have.
Oh, jeez. You're very delicate right now.
The team as a whole is scoring well.
You're not so impressionable. Now you are. Interesting.
Oilers just need to win. Keep winning.
Yeah.
You'll be all right, boys.
Keep rolling. Well, yeah. Like win the next 2 games and it'll really, really, really put us in a good spot.
Yeah.
So that's San Jose and who else?
LA.
Oh,
LA, San Jose, and LA. Gotta get those.
Okay.
Jesus
Christ.
Extend your winning streak. God, this whole thing where you start like really worrying about every 2 points. The worst thing to do, I did this as a Blue Jays fan this last year, is you go back and you're like, oh yeah, losing in OT to Chicago. That would have been nice. Oh yeah, getting smoked at home by Montreal. That would have been nice. Like, damn it.
Yeah, a lot of woulda, shoulda, couldas. But
2 losses to Chicago.
We're firmly in 3rd place in the Pacific with a very good chance to take over 2nd. So we just have to focus on the future. And hopefully this is a situation of the Oilers getting hot at the right time, rolling into the playoffs. Hopefully we can figure out our goddamn defense.
What I don't understand,
or goals against, I should say, because that's a whole team effort, but our defensive side of the game collectively is horrific still.
Really?
And
look at our goals against, bro. We're just like letting teams score in droves against us. Except for last night. So don't let recency bias skew that statement.
I don't understand how LA's doing this. They've got a goal differential of +3. Like, how are you in 2nd place? Doesn't make sense to me.
They get blown out. It's because they either win by
big,
1,
lose big.
Yeah, they either win by 1 or they lose by a lot. Well, that put them negative. So, anyways, you know what I mean.
Oilers are, since March 1st, the Oilers are 14th in goals against per game in the NHL. So a little bit.
I'd like better than mediocrity.
That's fair.
Which is shocking because they have let in a lot of goals. Oilers are an automatic over. They're over in the last 10.
Since March 1st, the only team who's scored more goals than them per game is the Panthers, who are at 4.25. The Oilers are at 4.24.
Yeah.
And the over has hit in 7 in a row for the Oilers.
Yeah. So that's the reason we're scoring 4.24 goals a game. You can't rely on that.
No, you can't.
I hope we can, but you should be tightening up the D.
How about the Florida Panthers on the year? They have 284 goals, and that is, your Remchuk math, 25 clear of 2nd in the NHL. 25 clear of the Colorado Avalanche. That's bonkers.
Florida's good, man. I don't know if you know this, but they're really good.
I know, but
their goal differential is plus 83.
That's stupid.
83 more goals. Is there anyone minus 83? Oh, probably.
Minus 84 Canadians.
Yeah.
Montreal sucks.
The other numbers that have been moving in a positive direction Oilers wise that I like, since March 15th, the Oilers are all the way up to 11th in PK percentage, and they are 2nd in power play percentage.
Yeah, but that's over the last 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks. Yep.
Yeah. So
it means it's moving the right way.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
I see Evander Kane also not on the ice today, Tyler.
Yeah. His leg is probably broken then. That's not good. He's probably done for the year.
Pardon me?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay. I was about to say, what the fuck?
Yep.
Stop it. Stop it.
Don't do it.
Don't give some love to our friends at Twig and Berries, who have been getting a lot of love recently because of the fact Jay slept with one of their underwear models in Calgary, Brad Stepanko. Promo code Nation15 gets you 15% off. And that is that.
Nutsack underwear. They are a great pair of underwear to share a bed with another person with.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And they look great. Look good, feel good.
Mm-hmm. You know? Sleep good.
Absolutely. Tyler, I feel like you'd appreciate that I won a shitload of money last night.
Oh, me too, do tell.
I was maintaining a strong, probably 5 out of 10 for most of the day.
Birthday BPP. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I was maintaining a strong 5 out of 10 from breakfast until head down.
Oh, that's nice.
And
so what'd you hit yesterday? Rattle them off.
I was every level that you could bet on Connor McDavid. I was betting on him and he hit all of them. So I'm like, over 2.5. Yes. Well, if I'm betting that, I might as well bet over 1.5. All right. Bet on Leon to score. Got it. Nuge to score. Got it. Pugliarvi to score. Got it.
Wow.
Whoa.
I was on a roll last night.
Man on fire.
Now it's probably time to pull some out of that account.
I've been I've been not doing well. I don't know how other way to say that. I've been trying to give myself an excuse there. It has been a bad couple of weeks here, but I'm not thinking straight. I'm trying to force it. Can't do that.
I also went heavy on the shot prop, Tyler, over 34.5.
So
that was the Oilers shot prop.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I had Draisaitl over 3.5, nailed it. I had the team shots at 34.5, nailed it. Oilers to win the first, nailed it. Oilers minus 1.5, nailed it. Oilers team total over 3.5, nailed it. McDavid shot prop, nailed it. And then when I saw Mike Smith was starting, I went and put a pretty sizable amount on the over, and I just barely got that.
Yeah, Mike Smith tried to sink you on
Mike
that.
Smith's.
Yeah, no, Mike Smith tried to ruin your plan there.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good betting night. You know what you should do? You said bring it out of the account, bag milk.
I gotta get a couple of dollars out of there.
Or you could let it ride on the old online blackjack, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm not a blackjack guy.
You say that sly, but you mean it literally.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
It means
like
play online blackjack. Did you pick up? Did you read between the lines there?
Maybe I'll play some online craps. That'd be more my speed.
Oh man, I want to play some craps. I miss craps. Craps is so fun.
Absolutely.
I might have to go out to the River Cree and play some craps here.
Well, the last time we played craps at the River Cree, though, they were not kind to me.
Yeah, it was a terrible table. I could just feel the ice around that table because it was surrounded by people who didn't want to have fun.
Yes.
They were just serious and they didn't talk. There was no emotion at the table. And I knew better. And I led us all there and it was just dry toast as the table advertised.
I lost a few shekels in a real hurry there, Waz.
I don't do any betting or anything like that, any gambling.
It's good for you.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
For now.
Well, I used to in like hockey ultimate team, Tyler, you would know, but
Yeah, that's not betting though. That's
I
just
know it's
buying
gambling.
packs.
It's a very bad habit. So
There you go.
Apologies, I was hydrating.
Got
Yeah,
it.
tap
Stay
water?
hydrated.
Or you got the Brita filter going?
Nope, tap water. We're back to a normal level. I feel like with the tap water in these parts, doesn't taste like pool anymore. So I'm happy. I'm
Oh yeah,
water
that's
again.
always
Maybe-
the spring runoff. They always have to just douse it with a little extra chlorine.
A little extra.
Yeah.
Cleans up the insides. It's good for you.
I mentioned this when I talked about PointsBet and the fact that they're going in Ontario. We talked a little bit about our trip to Toronto. How about the Blue Jays? MLB.com's final power rankings before opening day. They have the Blue Jays as the number 2 team in all of baseball. Woo!
Who's
Does that
number
make
one?
you happy?
Number 1 is the Dodgers.
Are you happy
I
with this
am
added
awful.
pressure, or is it too much pressure too soon?
No, it's not too much pressure too soon. This team's an absolute wagon, and I think they're ready to win their division. I'm a little bit worried about the Rays because the Rays are pesky. The Yankees, I don't think are going to be very good this year, or at least as good as they usually are. Red Sox might kick around, but I don't think it's too much pressure for the Jays. I think they're ready to embrace that pressure. I think they have a lot of guys who've been dealing with pressure their whole lives.
Are you going to still, when you're back up and running, are you still gonna come with me and get my first Jays jersey?
Oh yeah, we should totally do that. That'd
We'll
be
make a
great
little content.
thing. Yeah, good little content.
Who you
for,
getting?
I'm gonna get Bo Bichette.
Oh, I love Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette's gonna be my guy.
We could have matching Bo Bichette jerseys,
That'd
or
be
maybe
really
they'll
nice.
get a different color than me. I don't know.
What color you got?
I got a baby blue Bichette, and then I have.
I was thinking of rocking the gray. I like the gray.
Oh yeah, the gray's all right. The gray's actually the only one I don't own.
Oh,
I don't know if I've told this story, but Bo Bichette's dad's name was Dante Bichette, and he played for the Trappers before he made it up to the big club. And because he was he loved trying to go for the yard, go fence or whatever the hell, go yard. Every time he's at bat, he hit a lot of foul balls. So for a very young kid whose sole mission of going to a Trappers game was to collect foul balls,
oh, he was
loved Dante Bichette. Loved him. He was cutting at everything, and they were going all over the place, but in play. And a young Jay Downton was collecting those errant foul balls.
got it.
I like that.
Mhm.
I'm excited about my jersey. Tyler priced it out for me, but what'd you say? About 175?
Yeah, it's like 175.
Are you going
That's
baby
good.
blue?
that's how much baseball jerseys
I
are.
said
Maybe
gray.
a gray.
Jesus
Maybe a
Christ.
gray or a white.
Was
Oh,
you
no.
saying that's expensive or cheap?
Expensive.
No, jerseys are
Was
jerseys
that's
for anything.
$75 less than an NHL jersey with a name on the back.
What's the
Still.
soccer jersey run?
Around $90 without no name on it. So
What about with a name?
probably around like 150 actually?
Oh,
Yeah,
there
they
you
get
go.
pretty,
Oh my
pretty
God.
pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Can you believe baseball? What a joke.
And soccer jerseys are like a t-shirt.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
At least you get the buttons. on the baseball.
Easier to wear. So
So I'm thinking the gray,
Baseball
Tyler, but I like the white. It's just risky.
Oh, the white is very pretty.
It is very pretty. It's just risky.
If
Like
you
I've got
maintain the whiteness.
my daily face-off hoodie has been white for about 6 minutes anytime I've worn it. So
White's dangerous, but white is shit hot when it's fresh.
mm-hmm.
Like I love a good white Oilers jersey. Whew.
That's true. That's what my buddy's looking for when he comes to town. He wants a white away jersey. I'm pretty sure they sell those at the arena. Yeah,
As opposed to the white home jersey.
yes.
Okay.
Back, used to be that way back in my day was.
I wish it still was. I wish they'd mix it up more often. I think the first half of the year should be white at home, darks on the road. Last half of the year, flip them.
Well, and mix in the third jerseys.
Yep.
I don't know why they didn't do the reverse retro this year. There was a kid on the bus trip to Calgary who had like a Pugliarvi one, and it looked so good.
Really good.
I love those. I wish those were the permanent roads. I think they're so sick.
Yeah.
Speaking of looking fresh, I see our boy Jonathan Torrens is on Twitter flexing his new Nation gear, getting ready for the Deep Cup run. I love it.
Oh, good man. I just love that he's an Oilers fan. It's the best.
He lived a long time behind enemy lines too, and he's never strayed. Never once strayed.
No.
Got to respect that.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Always gonna be rocking that fresh white Nation hat.
Yeah,
too.
for now, fresh for now. You know what? I think you can keep it white.
I bet Jonathan Torrens.
I think you can keep that thing clean for a while.
Yeah, unless you chuck it like good. Again, we're tying it back in. Twig and berries. Brad Spanko chucking his fresh white hat at Saddle Dome. Won about 3 rows.
How about that one guy who threw his hat and landed a player's stick at the Islanders game?
Yeah, that was cool. And it was for the opposing team, or was it for the Islanders? I can't remember.
I don't really know.
You know what? I might have misread it. That's all good. I saw the toss.
One thing I wanted to bring up, Tyler, that you sent me last night during the hockey game was Cody Ceci eating shit into the end boards.
Yes, that was hilarious.
He almost broke both his ankles and his face.
Yeah.
He kissed it right there. Boom. Face first.
Is he on the ice right now? Because that's the only player that shouldn't be on the ice right now.
I sent it to you, Bag Milk. I also sent it to Waz, and I just said, is Cody Ceci hammered right now?
Yeah.
His BPP?
Well, Tyler had a nice little meme request last night for us. That was great.
Oh, that's good.
I was the inspiration behind the Mike Smith one.
Yeah.
He was laying down a lot.
He
looks very small when he
just the way
compresses himself into his safe.
It's funny.
I love how everyone's like, when I think we even said about how his amazing glove save there, that was not amazing.
Also, his inability.
You said that?
That was like unreal.
Unreal. I'm like, that was the opposite of unreal.
That was, terrible.
Like I think it was Draisaitl. If he shoots it anything above waist high, it's in. He just happened to shoot it right at Mike Smith, who could put it in his glove that was still somewhat in his control.
I'll take Jack Michael just went off. I was like, that was amazing.
Also, if any team is doing an ounce of pre-scouting on Mike Smith, it's now been back-to-back games where he's shown he's incapable of going post-to-post on a wraparound. Like the Buchnevich goal against St. Louis was terrible. That should have never gone in. No. But Mike Smith is somehow laying on his stomach on the other side of the crease because the guy
was looking the wrong way.
And the same thing last night where it's like, man, like he's that bad. I'll just be blunt with my wording that he can't slide post to post.
I was really waiting for Trevor Zegras to do Michigan on him.
He thought about it there. He thought about it there.
He got Michigan by Forsberg, didn't he?
I think so.
A couple years ago.
Or was I caught on one of the two? Yeah.
Yeah. Way she goes, Tyler.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Skinner tomorrow.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Bring back Stu.
He does.
People love Stuart Skinner. Jesus.
I brought this up with Low Tide though today when I was chatting with him, and the thing is, will the organization want to risk starting Skinner? Because what if he plays well? Can you imagine if he shuts out the Sharks again and the Oilers are like, back to Bakersfield? No.
Oh my God.
Be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know that hilarious is the word I'd use.
I think I'd laugh.
Challenging.
Infuriating.
Yeah. Is what it is.
Oh, we need a regulation win against LA.
Desperately. I'd like to see them wrap everything up in regulation this week. That'd be nice.
Very thoughtful. Actually, you know what? I don't mind overtime against San Jose, but we shouldn't go to overtime against San Jose either. So,
and San Jose's lost 3 in a row. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10.
Excellent.
Didn't we batter them just like last week?
We've played them in the last couple weeks. Yeah.
That was Stuart Skinner's last game, actually, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think they were in town recently.
That wasn't
what?
No. The last time we played the Sharks wasn't Skinner's last game. I think we played them.
Oh, we played them at home. Yeah, last time we played them in San Jose was Skinner's.
Yeah, 5-2 on the 24th. That was at home. How about 9 in a row for the Oilers at home? Gotta love that.
It's the Ben Stelter effect.
This is
we
true.
need to get him at every game.
Yes,
every game.
Ben has got the boys fired up.
He gets the crowd fired up too.
Oh, of course. It's he's a vibe, man.
Absolutely.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Absolutely. Again, shout out to my boy Nuge for scoring on my birthday. Appreciate that.
That was, and once again, textbook Nuge.
Yes.
Low blocker.
Instantly. As soon as it went in the net, I got a text message from Tyler with the 3-point checklist, and he hit them all.
I've been loving all the Puljujärvi praise recently.
It's fun. A lot of
he scored a nice goal last night.
Is it a debate right now? Like, I don't know. Like, is there a debate going on?
Seems like it.
My only thing is that, like, you guys got to sign him for the right deal. Like, he's not like this crazy offensive threat. His underlining numbers are great. Sure. But, like, don't pay him because he's not necessarily putting up tons of points either.
I saw somebody on Twitter say he's gonna be a Selke favorite in a couple of years.
If there's one thing we love to do,
he needs to learn to score 70, 80 points in the season if he wants that. But, like, his play away from the puck is fantastic. You know, he's making shit happen by just being so engaged in the play. I wish one of my things if I wanted to have my dream list, I wish he was a little bit more tough because he puts himself in such situations to, like, really fire at guys, like, especially because a lot of guys hate him because he's going in and crashing and bashing, and then they come at him and he just skates away. I wish he was a little bit more engaging in that side of the game, but whatever.
I like when he backs up that big old caboose into somebody. Flattens them.
Oh yeah. Like he can move humanity around. That's for sure. But we just got to sign him for the right deal.
It's going to be a lot of that.
It's got to be priced right.
It's got
to be priced right.
Coombsy, actually, you know what? That's a perfect opportunity to send you to our YouTube page, the Nation Network YouTube page. Coombsy did a little cap breakdown video the other day. You should watch it. He and Tyler doing a lot of stuff over there.
Been trying to send a lot of people that way. I uploaded our first YouTube short today. That was cool.
I think that is an important part of our strategy going forward, Mr. Wozniak.
There you go.
Video content for the win.
We need
Jay, but I think the shorts are specifically like a good thing.
We need Jay playing more Fortnite. That will increase the views.
Yeah, how to Fortnite with me.
Hey, they took out building.
That Jay, that video of you I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
You guys are nerds.
Jay, that video of you doing the press conference with the kids for Oodle Noodle gave me a really good laugh.
Oh, there's some stuff that they didn't make the
left on the cutting room floor.
Left on the cutting room floor. Didn't make the big show there, but they were, once they kind of figured out that I was not the same age as them and maybe 7 generations apart from them, they really honed in on that. They really started attacking me. It was great.
I feel so
like I said, it felt like the Edmonton media. It just very on brand. It just I felt it.
Blasted.
I felt it. It was good.
Just wait until you're the dad, though. You know, brings over the friends, and you have no idea what the fuck they're doing. You'll be out of the mix.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm way out of touch. That was a very interesting.
I loved it.
Situation.
Before we wrap up, I would love to get your thoughts on this, Jay. The Masters. Is Tiger going to play?
Tiger's playing for sure.
Didn't he say he's a game day decision?
Yeah, he's playing.
Like
I don't think he would go as far as to show up and walk the course and do all that shit if he's not doing it.
That's fair.
He's just bringing the drama.
You got any good Masters plays? Anyone you're betting on?
Oh,
I think I'm going hard on DJ top 5, top 10, top 20.
Yeah, no, I would do DJ top 10. I need to see some names.
The top 5, courtesy of our friends at PointsBet. Once again, PointsBet is live in Ontario. You got John Rahm is the favorite to win.
He's
up. Yeah.
What has he done this season to suggest that?
I don't know. Justin Thomas and Scotty Scheffler are tied for second.
Scheffler's hot right now.
Scheffler's the world number 1.
I'd put Scheffler and I'd probably bet on him to be top 5.
Cameron Smith is plus 1,600. He had a good run at Augusta last time.
I got a lot of time for that guy. I'm betting on him I'm betting on him just because he's a vibe, but he has a good chance. And I'm also going to go Will Zalatoris in the top 10 because wasn't he in the mix last Masters?
Yeah, he was. Will Zalatoris is, I believe, 35-1 to win, and he is plus 650 to come in the top 5.
Yeah, see, that's juicy. So,
I love the Masters,
and I feel like is it Fleetwood's time? Like, is he in the mix?
I like Fleetwood too.
I know. I feel like
bet an unhealthy amount on this tournament.
Like, but basically betting the whole field is what it sounds like.
Well, this is the thing about golf. Like, golf betting is a completely different situation than any other thing because you come in, you have your opening like before Thursday strategy that you deploy.
Oh, this is weird.
And then it is and you keep moving and you hedge and you do this as the tournament goes on. And then hopefully one of your ponies that you picked early on when the odds were the juiciest cashes. And then hopefully you can win some more surrounding bets around that person for people finishing top 5, top 10.
So I usually run a spreadsheet Masters weekend where I track every single bet that I do. So I'm like, I know exactly how much is going in, how much is going out, who I'm tracking in each thing. I play a ton of DraftKings.
Like Hideki to repeat 45-1 plus 4,500.
He won't repeat.
No, I know, but that's juicy though. T Woods is plus 5,000.
What is Bryson to miss the cut?
I think, go scroll down there, Bag Milk. Joaquin Niemann is interesting to me. He's always in the mix. And then who's that Belgian guy? Or is that Joaquin Niemann? No, Joaquin Niemann's Chilean. Who's the Belgian guy? There's a Belgian guy, Belgian golfer. And is it also Victor Hovland? Thomas Peters. But I also got a soft spot for Victor Hovland.
How about Corey Connors? He's the highest ranked Canadian at 65-1 to win, 8-1 top 5, plus 365. So 3.6-1 top 10, plus 125 to come top 20.
I would go all day on the top 20.
Yeah, me too. I think
plus 125 is worthy enough too. Yeah, no, it's fun. Like you end up like, it's funny. Like, so like say your unit's $10. You can easily have like $200 deployed on golf betting because
I see that
because it just moves because you start early and then you adjust as the days wrap up, right? You're going to round 2, round 3, round 4. Like
it is wild though, because I'm just looking at a big happy table of names and odds.
I know, isn't it? It's the most daunting and exciting point of the betting excursion for golf is right now.
Oh,
I love some juicy like.
Eamon and Connors are those are playable. Very
Mike
playable.
Weir at plus 100,000 to win.
Fleetwood's very playable as well on this.
Yeah, I'd take. So I'm gonna load
Justin Rose will kick around once in a while. I wonder if this is a Justin Rose kind of week.
He can show up. That's the thing. Like he's a big time player. He can show up if he's got the putter going. Well, Cantley.
Webb Simpson will fuck around once in a while.
I just can't get behind
Frank's a big Kevin Kisner guy.
Well, Kisner's been good.
He's 3-1 to come top 20. Like that's worth it. Oh my God. I'm talking myself into too much.
I know that's the thing. I saw you quickly just deploy a bunch of capital to work, but golfing.
I am not cashing out a cent of what I made on the Oilers last night from my account because I am looking at my account.
Paint that board, buddy. Paint it.
Yeah, I totally am. I will send my picks in the group chat.
It is a large board. So I'm very curious to see how you're going to deploy because this is very overwhelming for me looking at it for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Yeah, no, it's fun. Cause like, I love doing it for the majors cause you're watching them. Right. And then also like, if you're vibing someone who's marching, like it's good to kind of get them on a live bet. It's great.
A little bit of golf betting.
I'm also enjoying, cause now I'm the biggest F1 fan ever. I'm also enjoying playing, fantasy, like DraftKings F1. I'm having a great time.
You were talking about that on the bus.
Yeah. I gotta figure out about the live betting on it. I might try and dabble with that a little bit. Cause I'm wondering if you can bet before qualifying and after qualifying.
You get up early for the F1.
Well, this is the lifestyle I need to learn because so far, since it's been in the Middle East, it's been at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. The races, so that's easy. But like if it's 4 a.m. shit, I'll just have to record
luckily, Canada's games are not too early at the World Cup.
Won't they be?
No, like
they're like 3 in the morning.
No, ours are like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. around there. Like
because it's only I think when I was in Dubai, it was a 12-hour difference.
I checked. It's not too early. It's like around typical Premier League game, so 9 in the morning.
Yeah, because they need to play in the evening because it's so hot there.
Plus, Canada's odds to win the World Cup went up to like 19,000 to 1.
Interesting.
Based on that.
No, they're plus 19. 1,000. So which means they're 190 to 1, I think, right? Or are they 19 to 1?
19 to 1.
19 to 1.
Yeah, it's not good.
Even looking at this F1 bet,
I'm actually surprised it's that high. I thought it'd be lower.
Well, they got winner, top 3, top 6. Yeah.
Top 10 practice winner.
Why can't you get Bottas in top 6? I got a real soft spot for Valtteri Bottas.
It's crazy how much F1's gained in popularity in the last 2 years.
That show, man.
Yeah.
It is amazing what the power of content can do.
The NHL's got to take note. Like
it is shocking.
Yeah, but it's a sport that lends itself to that too, right? Like the NHL, you're never gonna get that kind of buy-in. Well, I'm excited for the PGA one. That one will be good.
Let's see. I guess what depends on what your mission is. If you look at the valuation, F1 was bought by a company I can't remember 4 or 5 years ago. And they said, this is what they're going to do. And they bought it, I think, for $3 billion. And I think now it's worth $13 billion or something like that. So I'm sure there's a lot of NHL owners would really enjoy that value creation. I'm sure there's a commissioner that would enjoy that value creation. They just have to kind of get it and whatnot. But it's phenomenal what that show has done.
I don't know. The NHL needs to figure something out.
What's wrong?
Oh, just like in terms of all these sports, it's kind of surpassing in popularity. Like F1 now, I mean, esports is becoming huge. Like just so many different things surpassing it.
What would you like to see, Waz?
What do you mean? That's a good guy. I have to think about that. I just want to see the NHL stay alive. That's all I want to see.
It'll be just because they don't have a show doesn't mean they're going to die.
Okay. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
Maybe you should host one, Tyler.
That'd be good.
On YouTube, our YouTube page. Subscribe to the Nation Network YouTube page. There you go.
Yeah.
I think Tyler Tries would be an excellent piece of content as a video interview series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the whole idea of what Tyler Tries is supposed to be.
I would very much like you to try.
It is very interview style in the sense of 2 to 3 people go engage with you while you try something you've never tried before.
I was thinking about you actually on Saturday night, Tyler, when I went out for sushi. My family went out for sushi for dinner. And I didn't know what a lot of stuff that I ate was. I was pointing. I like to point at things.
So you'll try anything.
You wish you would have invited me for dinner.
No. You would have had a bad time.
I didn't know that sushi at Rogers' place too. That's why I learned.
Oh yeah, there's a sushi booth. I've never tried it. You got to do a review.
I think so. I'm not a big sushi guy, but I'll do it.
Oh,
so then you have to disclose that bias.
Yes.
Before you do your review, important. To be fair, because it's about it's got to be a pure review. So if there's some initial bias because you don't like sushi, just disclose that.
Maybe that's okay. Get a nice tempura or something though.
Oh, I do love some good shrimp tempura. Not a big veggie tempura guy. Because you get like the sweet potato or whatever. And I'm like, this doesn't really move the needle. It's shrimp or nothing when it comes to tempura for me.
I had a lot of tempura on Saturday.
Yeah. I was craving sushi all weekend and then elected not to get it both nights.
I was so happy I went.
You know what I did on Thursday? Was it Thursday or Friday? Anyways, I got a jumbo donair. It was great.
I'm due for a donair. I haven't had one in a long time.
I had one on Saturday. It was great.
Ooh, where from?
Mike's Famous.
On White Ave?
Yeah.
How was it?
Not bad. I love it. Always a good time.
Were you out on White Ave?
Is that your hometown spot?
No, I just whenever I'm on White Ave, I want a donair. I just go to Mike's Famous.
Interesting. Yeah. See, I used to have an issue with that place when it was Marco. I think it was a Marco's, and it was because, and I get why they would do it. It's because to handle the post-bar crowd, what they do is they would already have all the meat like cut off the spit and they'd just be frying it on the grill for hours on end. And they just take the grill meat. So it was always so crusty.
Oh, no, I had mine like in the afternoon.
Then they would do the normal procedure. And I know why they do it. It's because just to be able to keep up with the foot traffic. But it always rattled me, but I still ate it. So I guess it didn't.
Exactly.
Anyways.
Tyler Tries. We should do that. It's time.
Well, we should, I guess we have to identify our list or I guess we keep identifying it as the podcast goes, but what should be the first episode of Tyler Tries? Should it be sushi?
Sushi's just so good.
Sushi would make sense. I have slowly gotten into seafood a little bit over the last few months. So again,
have you had bubble tea before?
Yes, I've had.
Okay, Caroline hasn't, so I was just maybe fun. Yeah.
I don't know what else is on that list. We'd come up,
and then I'll join you for one because I enjoy dim sum, but I do not enjoy chicken feet in the sense of I've never tried them just because the whole idea of it is weird.
I get down on chicken feet. I would like to watch this.
You get down chicken feet?
Yeah, they're delicious.
Dim sum is good.
I've had it once.
Good.
It is good. I miss it. I haven't had it in a long time.
Jumbo dim sum on 170th on the West End. So good.
Legendary.
Fantastic.
Legendary.
All right. We're going to wrap this thing up.
Good. Because I got a call in 5 minutes.
Very long
I'm late for a call.
podcast.
Yeah, before we do, shout out to our friends at Oodle Noodle and DoorDash. Use those two together. Promo code RealLifeDD gets you 25% off and no delivery fees on your first order. And if that first order is Oodle Noodle, then you will be incredibly satisfied because it's fantastic. Shout out to the HGA group, PointsBet, as well as Twig and Berries, twigandberries.ca, promo code Nation15. That's going to do it for episode 367 of the Real Life Podcast. Mm-hmm. I nailed that. All right. Have a good week. We'll talk again on Thursday.
All right. Which one is it again?
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Real Life Podcast. Don't want to miss any of our nonsense? Hit the subscribe button and give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram.